Hey guys, this is Anvesh, and today we are going to talk about owning a house. Everybody wants a house, everybody wants a home, and there are many astrological things that can denote if you want to have your own property, if you want to have your own home, if you want to have your own house. So these are, there are some things that influence a person owning a house. There are things, the energies, the auras of the planets that requires someone to have those energies if they want to acquire a house, if they want a house, if they want a home. So this things becomes very important to know in astrology, that what are the planets that gives us house, how are we going to make a new house, what are the problems we are facing in getting a new house, what kind of problems we are getting in owning a property. So these things we're going to talk about, guys. So let me start by telling you that Saturn is the planet that is responsible for you to own a house. Saturn is the ruler of stone. Saturn is the ruler of things that are underground. Saturn is the ruler of metals. So a house is made by metals, it is made by steel bars, it is made by concrete, it is made by stones, it is made by bricks. So that means it is controlled by the planet Saturn, because Saturn is the ruler of all those things which comes from underground. So Saturn becomes the ruler of owning a house. If your Saturn is good in your chart, that means you are going to own a house. The structural part of house is denoted by Saturn. The land is denoted by Mars, because Mars is the ruler of land. Any property that you have, any land you have, that is ruled by Mars. And Saturn is the ruler of the structural part of the home. The structure of a home, that is Saturn, and the land is Mars. So it is very important that you need to have the powers of these two planets, the power of planet Mars and the power of planet Saturn, to own a house. Now let us come to the problems that we face. The demon planet, which is Rahu or Ketu, if they kind of inflict the energies of Mars or of Saturn, then it can create problems for you in acquiring a new home. It becomes a huge problem for you to acquire a new home if your Saturn is afflicted by Rahu or Ketu, or if your Mars is afflicted by Rahu or Ketu. So Rahu or Ketu are, it is important that if even if you make a house, then you will not be able to live in that house. That situation can also occur if your Rahu is not good in your chart. But if it is good placed, it is in a good place, it is not afflicting Mars or Saturn in any way, then you are going to own a house and you're going to live in that house. So let me tell you from the chart, guys. So what happens, like, consider that the position of Saturn or Mars is very good in your chart. So let us see from the chart. Let me show you in the beginning. So let us consider the Saturn sitting in the first place. So the energy of Saturn is going to be good for you. The energy of Saturn is going to help you in getting a new house. It is going to give you a structural part of the house. If your Mars is very good place, let us consider that Mars is placed in the 10th house and Mars is placed in the 3rd house. 10th house means that it is going to give you the piece of land that you require, the property that you own. The owning of property, the land part of the house is it is governed by Mars, and the structural part is governed by Saturn. The 4th house is the ruler of the properties that you are going to acquire. The 4th house, which is this house, is the main house. We have to see the position of 4th house in the chart if we want to know that how and when we are going to acquire any property. What will be the what will be the succession of our property, will be how big of a property we are going to own, if we are going to own multiple properties, if we are going to own single properties, if we are going to have a house in our lifetime, then that is controlled by the 4th house. So seeing the position of 4th house becomes very important if you want to know whether you are going to have a house or not. The 3rd house is important because 3rd house is the ruler of transfer. 3rd house is transfer. So if you are moving to some another place and you want to have your own house in that place, then that has to be seen by the 3rd house. So 3rd house becomes very important if we want to know if if you are going to have a house anywhere else from where you are living, or by some other means. The 2nd house is the house of inheritance. So if 2nd house is great, if 2nd house is powerful, then you are going to get the house in inheritance. So 2nd house becomes very important because if it is powerful, then you are going to have inheritance. You are going to get a house by inheritance. If 4th house is very powerful, then that means that you will get a land, that is for sure. it is the fourth house, is the ruler of land and properties in our chart. So that becomes very important, because the fourth house is is strong, then you're going to get land, you're going to get properties. Third house is the transfer of land, transfer of property. Second house is the inheritance that you get. Saturn is important because that is the structural part of the house that you're going to own. Mars is important because that is the ruler of properties in our chart, that is the ruler of land in our chart, right? So this becomes very important. And let me tell you guys, if Rahu is placed somewhere that is afflicting all those things, right? Let us consider that Rahu is sitting in the seventh house. So Rahu's infliction is going towards, its aspect is going towards Saturn. So Rahu is inflicting Saturn in a very particular way. Then that means that it is going to create some problems. So we have to see the position of Rahu if you want to judge if you are going to have a house or not. We have to judge the position of Mars if you want to get a house. We have to judge the position of Saturn if you want to get a house. We have to see the position of fourth house, what kind of planets are in the fourth house, what kind of planets are in the third house, what kind of planets are in the second house. So these all things kind of required if you want to know if you are going to have your own house or not. Okay, so this is what I want to tell you guys. So let me just go to the remedies that I want to tell you, right? So this is very important, that you have to know that Saturn is very important, Mars is very important, Rahu's position is very important, fourth house, second house, third house is very important. So let me tell you about the remedies that you are going to do. Okay, so you have to know that you have to power your Mars, you have to power your Saturn, and you have to neutralize your Rahu if you want to get properties, if you want to own a house, if you want to own multiple properties, then you have to have the power of Saturn and Mars in your chart. So do the remedies of Saturn and Mars. You can see my playlist. There are many videos I have made on how to power your Mars, how to power your Saturn. You can do those remedies, but still I'm going to tell you some fundamental remedies that are going to help you in getting a land. Okay, so the first remedy is very good. What you do, you feed cows jaggery. You see a cow, you go to a farm or any place, you feed the cows jaggery. Well, jaggery is a kind of a staple in India, but you can find it in any Indian store in if you are living abroad. So you can find it in any Indian store, and you get some jaggery and you feed it to cows on Sundays. It is very important that you feed the cows on Sundays jaggery. You can also manage some what do you call it, cow feed, if you want to help the cows. So you can arrange some cow feeds for them in a farm, or you can get some jaggery, feed them on Sundays. That can be also done, and you are going to get the blessings of cow, because it is very considered that cow has a very remarkable kind of intelligence, and using the cows, the manipulating the energies of cow in helping us is very traditional in India, and you can do that too. So you can feed cows jaggery on Sunday. The second remedy is going to be amazing for you guys. This is a very good remedy that you can do. What you do, you take some honey, and you take a clay pot. Fill the clay pot with honey and tie a stone near the clay pot, and tie that whole thing in a cloth. Just remember it, guys. I'm going to repeat it once again. Take some honey, put it in a clay pot, tie a stone with the clay pot, and then wrap whole thing up in a piece of cloth. And then you have to float this pot in a stream or near a running water. If you have any place where there is running water, you go to that place and you float this whole thing, the cloth which has a clay pot filled with honey and a stone attached to it, and you float that in a stream, in a river, in flowing water. This is a very good remedy. You have to do it on Tuesdays. Remember this, guys. You have to do it on Tuesdays, because it is a very good remedy if you want to empower, if you want to manipulate the energies of Mars, if you want various properties, then you can do this remedy, and it is going to be amazingly good for you guys. Okay, so do this remedy and it is going to be amazing for you. The third remedy is going to be very good. What you do, you have to also do this on Tuesdays. This remedy that I'm going to tell you have to do this on Tuesdays. Wear a ring prepared by mixing gold, silver and copper. You have to mix gold, silver and copper, and you make a ring out of it, and wear this ring in your ring finger on Tuesdays. Wear this ring in your ring finger on Tuesdays. Okay, This is an amazing remedy if you want to get the grace of the planets Mars, Saturn, Sun, Venus. These are planets are going to help you in that. Okay, so this is another great remedy if you want to own your own property, if you want to own a house, if you want to own multiple properties. Okay, the next remedy is going to be amazingly good. The thing is that you get some coins. Okay, you get some coins, broken coins or just regular coins, and you float, float those coins in a stream or near running water on Saturdays until you get a home. You have to float, coins, broken coins, any kind of coins, currency that you have, just coins, and you float it in a stream or near a running water on Saturdays until you get a home. This is a very good remedy if you want to power your Saturn. So this remedy also powers Saturn. Is going to affect various things in your life, but this is the very specific thing that I'm telling you that is going to help you in getting your own property and getting your own home. Okay guys, so this is a very good remedy for that. Now the next remedy is going to be amazingly good, right? The thing is that what kind of energy we transfer in the universe comes back to us in a different way. So what you do, you go to a construction site and you donate some wood, you donate some bricks, you donate some stones, you donate some steel bars, things that are needed for construction, and the energies of Saturn and Mars is going to help you in getting your own home, because this is the manipulation of energy. We have to do is the manipulation of energy so that it can benefit us in a very different way, right guys? So what you do, you get some construction materials and you donate it to construction workers, or go to a construction site and donate this. If somebody is making a temple, somebody is making a monastery, somebody is making a church, you can go. It is more effective if you do it for a religious place. So you donate some construction materials, anything that you can do. It is not like you have to just help them make their own house. No, it doesn't require that, right? You can donate some stuff, just few stuff that can help them for a day or two, and then you can just move on for your own thing. And this remedy can help you in getting your own house, because the manipulation of energy will be in your favor. So this is what you can do if you want to own your own house. So these were the remedies that I want to tell you guys. This is a very good important thing in astrology, that you get your own house. Everybody wants their own house, everybody wants their own properties. So you need the blessing of Saturn, Mars, Rahu, fourth house, second house, third house, all those things. If you want to see that, if you are going to get a house or not, you can contact me. I'm on Fiverr. My link is in the description and in the pinned comment. I can check your horoscope for you, and I can do that. I can help you in this. So I hope you like this, guys.